Hello and welcome to this exciting episode of Paula Draws. Today I'm going to draw an eye and show you how to do that and show you why colored contacts are freaking scary. They're terrifying. Let's go. So, eye, fairly easy. It's like that shape, sort of. There's a little thingy here. I don't know what any of these things are called, so I'm gonna go call them thingies. This is usually not completely round. There's an angle somewhere, usually, not always. And then you got the little disc, but not always. What you need to know about eyes is that this is a ridiculously large iris. Usually, not always. This is the theme for today, usually but not always. The iris is covered by upper and lower eyelids on both sides for like a little bit. Not a lot, just sometimes a lot, but usually not a lot. This is an excellent start. So you got a sort of round iris in a not so perfectly round upper eyelid thing, and lower eyelid there is usually a shape like this. Basically, you look at what you're drawing. The pupil is a thing that people have trouble with, and I do this thing that my teacher taught me that works really well. I don't actually draw a circle. I make scratches until I'm like, this works. See? Works. And you got a little lighting thing, which is nice, like that. Like, oh, there's a light somewhere, and it's coming from that way. Here's one of the things. I'm going to show you the other thing that I hate about colored contacts, but this is one thing, and I'm going to show you why. So with eyes, the color is actually not on the outside. It's behind a layer of, I don't know what that is, but it's see-through and it's not colored because this is a little behind. It's not actually on the surface. This upper eyelid casts a shadow on the top. And so this gets darker even though the light shines from there. So that gets darker and this part tends to be lighter, slightly lighter. This is very easy to see with light eyes, which is also why colored contacts are so weird. They're usually lighter than people's eyes actually are. They're like blue or green or purple, I don't know. So that makes no sense. Because they would have this part lighter. And that looks weird. This is not going to look good, by the way. Just warning you. So, you got the color sort of right. Then you just scroll in and... Ooh, okay. I'm obviously drawing a slightly lighter eye, which is... I do that because certain things are easier to see. And that makes it easier for me to explain how it works. The outer rim of the eye tends to be a little darker. I think it has something to do with how the color is not on the surface. It does get to the surface at the edge. It looks darker. But not always, depending on the light and depending on the eye. I'm going to make my brush a little bigger. Whoa, gorgeous. Don't you love it? Okay, I'm gonna stop that voice. Yeah. Does it make sense? I don't know. The white of the eyes is not actually that white. Shade it a little bit. Maybe leave a little, like, shininess. This is not looking very good, but I'm gonna go with it. If you don't like what you draw, then you can always erase the out of it. Ooh, make it look better. Make it look so much better. It's not gonna look any better. Oh, that's ugly. Yeah, don't do this. Or maybe do, if that works for you. It doesn't work for me. Alright, so this is a fold. This kind of slightly deeper crease. I said that really slowly. This is a little hanging thingy. One of my teachers said you should shade with the form of whatever shape it is. And I actually don't recommend that, which I've done it here, but I generally don't recommend it because it puts so much emphasis on the shape. Sometimes it just looks so exaggerated. I don't like it. I'll just do this. I'm not gonna draw the eyebrow because I don't want to. Little crease. Not a lot. Ooh, that eye looks so, it looks so worried. I'm sorry. That didn't help. Eyelashes. What do I have to say about eyelashes? Look at the example you're drawing. When I have a reference, I'm spent most of my time looking at the reference, not at what I'm doing. If you ever watched makeup gurus, then you know that they like to make this part shiny, which it already is a little bit, usually, sometimes. This crease sometimes makes more creases and you've got little, what a cute little wrinkles here. Ooh, ooh, this person is getting older by the stroke. That sounds weird. The undo button is your friend if you're doing it digitally. And otherwise, you can have erasers. Or not. Whichever. Doesn't actually look that bad, but doesn't look that good either. Select all. Cut. I'm gonna draw an eye from an angle. I want to show you another reason color contacts are terrible. Horrible! This is ugly. This is eyeball. This is, no. I'm gonna show you on this anyway. So aside from the color, the shading, what happens when you have color contacts and you look at it from the side, the pupil is in the wrong place because it's not on the surface. And that is the creepiest thing ever. It's not gonna be there. That's a terrible place for a pupil. It's gonna be way back here. And the reason for that is that the see-through thing that covers see-through, that covers your iris kind of distorts it. It distorts where the color ends. So maybe the color will be to here, be like this, but there's a see-through thing that makes it look like it goes up there. That's where you get the pupil. Look at what you're drawing, you'll see. It's not round when you look from the side, which is pretty obvious. Alright. Bye. I feel like Bob Ross. Happy little crease.